This is Meteorologist Matthew East, and thanks for clicking on to today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video here on this Tuesday, the 12th day of January. Let's start off with a look up at Appalachian Ski Mountain, and the snow guns are on this morning. Cold temperatures across much of the region. The ski conditions should be very, very nice if you're heading up for a ski trip anytime over the next week to 10 days or so. There's what's going on in the big weather map across the lower 48 this morning. We have an area of low pressure over the Dakotas. There's a cold front trailing down from that, and that precip is in the form of snow there over parts of the plain states. A little bit of rain mixing in parts of Oklahoma and Kansas, but mainly snow up that way. And there's also been some snow showers up in parts of Pennsylvania and West Virginia this morning. That is largely falling apart. Now, our big weather story this week is going to be a very significant blast of Arctic air heading our way. We've been talking about this here for quite some time. I've been mentioning this probably going to occur, I don't know for how long, quite a while here on the blog, and it is indeed going to happen as we go through this week. Temperature-wise, across the lower 48 this morning, you can just see the fringes of that really cold air up into Canada. It gets even colder than that farther northward. And if you've been following any of the weather headlines the past few days, you know Alaska, parts of Alaska have seen some of the coldest air they've ever seen. And that cold air about to get dislodged and head down into the central and eastern part of the country. Here is why. This is a look at the water vapor image from this morning, and a huge ridge developing off the western coast of North America, and that's only going to get into a higher amplitude over the next several days. In fact, that ridge could push up all the way up into western Canada, and that's going to dislodge that very cold air that's been over Alaska and Canada and send it right down into the central and eastern part of the United States. And this is going to be a very significant blast of Arctic air. All right, let's talk about how things unfold. 1 o'clock this afternoon. Today, quiet day, lots of sunshine out there. Our high temperatures this afternoon, upper 40s to around 50 degrees here in the Piedmont. Now, tricky little system tomorrow as we have that upper level energy back in the plain states. That's actually going to get an area of low pressure going here off the southeast coast. And it certainly is going to spread a lot of cloud cover into our area tomorrow, and could certainly spread some light rain to places like Raleigh and Wilmington and Columbia. And how far west that light rain potential makes it tomorrow is a question mark. So for the Charlotte and the Triad zone, certainly a lot of clouds tomorrow. Can't rule out a little light rain, but it looks like the thermal structure is such that even if the precip makes it in here tomorrow, it is going to be in the form of rain and not snow. Looks like the lowest 3,000 to 4,000 feet of the atmosphere too warm for anything but rain if the precip makes it in here tomorrow. So that was 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. This is 1 a.m. on Wednesday, that low pulling up the coast, and already you see our next little clipper system back in parts of the plain states. And it's that one that's going to usher in the very significant Arctic air. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Wednesday, that little low pressure area near Chicago. And there comes the very cold Arctic air diving in behind it. Here we are 1 p.m. Thursday. And Thursday is the day that the Arctic air begins moving in. We can very well see falling temperatures on a Thursday afternoon as the Arctic air settles on in. Right now it looks like it comes in precipitation-free fashion. Right now this looks like a mainly cold and dry pattern, but still a lot of uncertainty with exactly how these clippers are going to unfold. But it looks like for much of this week, with the exception of the light rain potential tomorrow, it's going to be a dry and getting colder with time type of week. So falling temperatures Thursday afternoon, and the Triad market was my main responsibility this morning, and for the forecast package I've issued, I put the low temperature both Friday and Saturday morning at 12 degrees, with a high temperature for the Triad Friday of only 30. And it's going to be a pretty significant blast of cold air. This is Friday at 1 in the afternoon, and that is cold stuff. This is Saturday 1, still quite cold. Probably only 30s for highs on Saturday, and maybe even only upper 30s to lower 40s on Sunday. Now, I will say, I didn't put that panel in here, but there's been pretty consistent indications among some of the modeling that we're going to see a system move through around the 19th or the 20th. And it might be cold enough for some wintry precip with that, but certainly that's still a long way away, and any precip chances certainly I have less than average confidence in. But certainly a very cold blast of air coming. We'll see if we get any precip in here at some point over the next 10 days. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everyone have a wonderful Monday, and God bless.